He's not Lil Ice Cube.
The little Ice Cube. What's that, Jeff?
The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town, guys. Hello, guys.
The boys are back in town.
Hello, team.
Hey, man.
Hello,
What's up,
world.
guys? Everything good?
I'll let you know if it wasn't.
Oh, Lord.
Starting
nerves.
Starting nerves.
Bleeding
He
over.
didn't post. He didn't. For the listeners and out there, he didn't post me the whole time doing production.
Yeah.
I'm already here.
Take that hat off.
I'm already here.
Oh, come on.
Take your head off.
All right,
Take my
we'll
head
do
off.
it. Come on.
You take your head off. I take my head off right now.
Ooh, hey.
Nobody take
Take
nobody.
Hold
There's
on.
nobody take their head off.
Hold on now.
Nobody
Hell
take
no,
that.
Jeff. Hell no, Jeff. Hell no. If we all gonna do it now, we gotta hold true it.
Yeah, if you take your head off, I promise I'll take mine off.
Yeah, I ain't gonna cheat you.
I
I just got a
see, that's
haircut
what I
today.
thought.
You want to do it? Let's do it.
I don't give a fuck.
Let's do it.
Your shit look bad.
Let's do
Let's
it.
go.
I ain't gonna do
That's what I thought.
I will, though. That ain't no problem.
No, that's all good. Let's
Nah, ain't no
roll.
problem.
I know it ain't.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say you.
I know my hair's bad.
Oh, okay.
I know it's bad.
Okay, I'm just saying. A song of the week. We would kick things off with who, cameraman? Weezy.
Kick it off
Give
with
me your
Jeff. Give me your song of the week, Jeff.
My song of the week.
Lord Jesus.
I'm in a good mood today. No Black Air Force energy today. My song of the week is Sade. Cherish today. I love it. Yeah.
Gotta cherish.
Got to cherish today.
Go ahead, Weezy.
My song of the week is Wrong. I belong to you.
I belong to you.
I belong. Every time I see your face. Go ahead.
Makes you wanna
Sing. Go ahead, man. All right, Coach, where you at, Coach?
Oh, man, mine,
my robot.
My song of the week is Duppy Freeze, the Drake.
Duffy freestyle.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Right. My song of the week is Pharrell's You Can Do It Too, because you can. You can
Get
do it
money.
too, young love.
Yeah, me too.
Just watch us who in your crew. You got to watch who in your crew.
Better. I've been trying to take that about 10 years.
Oh,
Been trying to tell you, you been hanging with scammers your whole life.
I've been.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You going my beach.
Yeah, all right, cool. You guys ready to get it?
Oh, my dog.
I'm calling on mine.
Yeah. No layup line, no warm-ups, no nothing. We just walking right into the stadium, get into the game. Let's do it. When the beat on, then it's on. Wearing our right jerseys on the road, cause how we feel where we roam is our home. Leaving these other podcasts null and void. The show can't miss something like Tom Shepard and corduroys. Full sport press, you know them boys. Jay run the point, lock for 3, and me, I crash the boards. Weezy told you that it's paid for.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan, and this is your one-stop shop for all sports related news and topics. I'm Jay Hope.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy.
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Cameraman, how are you doing, brother?
Two
Thumbs up.
Ross Perot.
No face, no case.
Ross Perot. All right. Episode 497, guys. We're discussing the biggest sports stories of 2023.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
You better damn know it.
Better damn believe it.
I got your password. I can get in your shit good. Best of the week.
We talking about scam. What's that? Dog go holler at Jeff.
Best of the week, Jeff. Talk to the people.
Oh, shoot, man. My best of the week.
That nigga looked at my damn password.
Jay, you probably like this, Coach
Okay.
Lock as well. NBC maybe getting a couple of NBA games in the coming up seasons.
Yeah.
So hopefully that means
Exactly.
Best theme music ever. Gets the credit. NBA on NBC.
You lost to the South.
You lost weeks. You remember that? Okay, all right.
Just not excited. I get
That
it.
was good. Time. Game 6, game 7 in the garden or something like that.
So the highlights.
Oh my God.
Watched them.
Cappy Pondex.
Rashad, I watched him be at NBC before.
He wasn't on there. It was more off, dog. Amara Shaw worked the sideline, big dog.
Marshall was inside stuff.
It was on NBC.
True.
That's
That's true. NBC.
No, but we talking about
Saturday.
two totally different things.
The games. When
Two things ain't true.
I remember that. That because that song was on
Right
HBO.
way. I remember.
The song was on what?
NBA Jam.
Oh, I remember.
Yes, it
That's that
was,
Right
too.
way. What's that?
That song was on NBA Jams too.
All right,
I don't know
what you
about
got?
that.
Best of the week.
You might be though. You got me on
Yeah.
that one.
He don't even watch video. He don't play video games. Can't ask him about that.
My best of the week, man, is the 50 years of Grammys hip hop.
You better watch his back. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's a good show, coach. That's a good show.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Jeff. You know what I'm saying? Because I missed the live airing. I didn't know it was coming on, but you put me on and told me it was on Paramount Plus. Yes, appreciate that. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nah, so shout out to Hip Hop Honors. They did a good job too.
They did a good job.
Hey,
Yeah.
but I'll ask y'all that another time.
didn't
But
watch
this,
that. I should
yeah,
watch
so
The only thing they should have
Yep,
done.
here we go.
I see it. It's my guy. I want to give my guys credit.
Okay.
The Coyle Ray, Busta Rhymes sample, they should have brought him out for that.
Busta Rhymes wasn't even there. They didn't
Busta
have
Rhymes
enough
was-
New York people.
That's what
There
I'm
was-
saying.
Dude, there was no
Busta Rhymes.
The
You
lot
could call Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. Swiss
Beats.
Beats.
Yeah, somebody. Swiss Beats would have showed up for that.
Rule.
I'm surprised Timbaland wasn't.
Nelly was there with Ashanti.
He at the house.
Come on, man.
Jock could have showed up.
Yeah.
Y'all could have showed everybody
Or
had their own
50.
thing.
Or 50.
Okay.
The Gunner thing was funny.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Gunner.
Gunner's out there by himself.
Gunner, all right though.
Yeah, he doing his thing. I ain't got
Shout
no. I
out to
don't care. I got a care to worry about that.
Yeah,
It was just fun they didn't bring him out when they brought everybody else back out. And he said,
He better walk in by
Yeah,
himself.
my best of the week, guys, is
you
Matt.
mean?
Is Matt Araiza, the punt god, Jeff's punter.
"Yeah,
Accuser dropped her her SA lawsuit against him. Wasn't even present at the party when the alleged assault took place. Godspeed, very talented kid, played for the Buffalo Bills, went through a lot, defaming his name. But he's my punter on Madden right now. If you guys didn't know, did you know that cameraman? Yeah, okay, that's my punter, Matt Araiza.
don't bring
Don't bring on man. My bad. Oh,
I shit the bed,
Weezy,
man.
best
Shit the
of
bed,
the week.
Oh,
Talk to the people.
man.
bed in the championship.
Oh,
Best of the week, man. My Titans got to win on Monday Night Football.
Yes,
That shouldn't be your best of the week because you bet against them.
Hey, y'all ain't give me to my worst of the week.
Oh, okay, cool. So I just
You know what? Fuck
no,
it.
go right to your
You
worst.
saw
of
you
the week.
ruined shit.
No, go
right.
to
You
your-
ruined some shit,
Bro, go right to your
No,
worst of the
you
week.
ruined
You're
it.
up next.
Nah,
literally.
you ruined it.
Go ahead,
He
bro.
did, him and you
No,
ruined it.
bro, we're producing you.
I already
Go
had,
right to
I
the
already
worst.
had to produce.
Well, go to the worst of the week.
already had it produced.
Go back to
focus, Weed. You got it, man. You got it.
They ruined shit though, Jeff.
I hear you.
Come on, Chairman Dodge. Come on, Chairman
They
Dodge.
ruined shit.
Damn, dog.
Come on, worst of the week, we.
Then my worst of the week
There you go.
is right back to my Tennessee Titans. I committed the cardinal sin. I bet against my team, and it was unhealthy for me.
Yeah.
It was completely unhealthy for me Monday night.
How you feel about
I
it?
just said it. I was unhealthy.
When you was watching the
Did you
game,
sleep about it?
Can you please get that out of my
That's a
mouth?
mic.
I'm asking.
It's just a mic.
With all due respect, respectfully.
with all due respect,
Yeah.
What about this? Mic.
Get your little iPhone out my face.
No,
Nah.
I'm just saying. It's a mic. White.
But yeah, it wasn't a good idea. I should have done that. It was hard to watch that game Monday night.
Yeah.
and they was playing well
They
too.
was playing well. Will Levis played a hell of a game. They did
My
like that.
worst of the week, guys. The Golden State Warriors. Their bench outscored their starters 80-36 against Phoenix 2 nights ago. Besides Steph, the other starters had 12 points combined, Jeff. 12 points combined. Two of those guys were former All-Stars, dude. Come on, man. Free Steph or get him some help.
Back to
This is
Wiggins.
why Bob Myers left. Because he didn't want to make the hard, rough decision to get rid of two of the guys that were cornerstone guys. That's why Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick.
He'll get rid of your ass.
Early.
Yeah.
When it's still some trade
Tread on the
value.
tire.
Yeah. You said the whole free Steph thing?
Oh yeah, the whole free Steph thing would never happen. You can quit saying that. He'll never play for another team. And they might get him some help, but he will retire a Golden State Warrior.
Well, get him some help then. That's all I need. I don't need my boy out there wasting his time. If that's the case, then we can set it at the crib.
Everybody else did
with
it.
Cannon
Everybody
and
else
the kids.
did it. All the big dogs did it. Everybody else
He
did it.
got no help.
LeBron did it.
He ain't got no help.
Kobe did it.
Man, LeBron cried for 3 years straight.
He ain't had no
to get
help.
help.
LeBron
He
did,
got
Kobe
Anthony
did.
Davis, a top 5 player in this position.
All the big dogs did it. Everybody
Yeah,
else did time. He got to do his time.
Oh,
too.
you're saying Steph has never had to. Oh, you're saying this is Steph going through what everybody else went through.
Yeah.
They didn't have nobody. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
What you got, Coach?
But hold on, he kind of got a point there.
Nah, what you
Steph
got?
has always had. He's always had some low spades or high spades around him.
Bro, that was built. That was a team that was,
It was
built
built.
together.
Yeah, he's never had to get it out the mud though.
Yeah.
What you
Everybody had to do
talking
level
about?
29. He
Davidson,
What you got, Coach?
Yeah, he had to do it in
Talk
that.
to me, Coach.
He don't want that conversation right now.
Not Steph.
My worst of the week is Draymond Green, man.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. Like,
Ain't that bad.
Young Dick.
nah, dog. He tripping. He
It was
did.
an accident.
Nah.
It was an accident.
Nah. Ain't nah. He hit that man square in his face. square in his face. I can see
dead ass. He was just trying to get him up off of.
Nah, not like that, dog.
I'm just saying.
Nobody.
He just wasn't on him.
Nah.
He wasn't on him.
He was, bro. He was.
Draymond.
He kept
swung
holding.
arm
He just.
extended, he swung.
But if you look at Draymond Green play basketball,
He's there.
he's very loose with his arms, so he flails a lot.
So you wouldn't have suspended him.
He's loose purposely.
No, but what they did the right thing by suspending him, but it wasn't on purpose. I know it on purpose, like elbow. I seen like J.R. Smith did the exact same thing to Jay Crowder, gave him a concussion. But he was just trying to get him up off of him. You get loose with your hands, you get loose with your hands.
Yeah,
he did that on purpose.
Draymond just doesn't get the benefit of the doubt.
That's it, and that's the problem.
He don't need it.
He never will get it.
But this is why he don't get the benefit of the doubt. He has mastered how to make it look like that, but know what he's doing.
Him and CP.
Yeah.
Him and Chris
Man,
Paul.
all right, now this is not now. Go ahead, Jeff. What you got?
See, Paul,
Worst
Chris
of the
Paul,
week.
the NBA players have said Chris Paul is dirty, bro. You know that.
John Stockton's dirty.
He is. All right.
Yeah, two things can be true.
Pot meat kettle. What do you mean? Like, it's the same thing. All right. My worst of the week. Whatever happened with that basketball at the end of that Pacers-Bucks game, whatever happened right there, all of that was bad. All that was bad. I get it. Y'all didn't want to give him the ball because he got a 64 points against you all, Pacers. And then also Giannis. Chill out, bro. You, the Nassus, and I forget the other brother's name. Y'all gotta relax.
The other brother ain't even there.
I'm just saying, but the Nassus was there ready.
The Nassus was ready to go.
Yeah, you gotta relax.
Yeah, he needs some kind of action because he was going to damn flow. I play more than he do.
I understand why Giannis was mad though. That's a franchise record though.
Yeah,
franchise record.
Career high franchise.
No, that's not soft. That's stuff you put in your man cave.
Yeah.
You got
They gave him the ball.
No,
he don't know that.
He don't know that.
He don't know if that's the actual ball they play with.
He said it. He don't know if it's
So if he don't know, why he going off?
That's why he went back there because he was mad about it. Is what I'm saying. I understand why he's mad. That's something you put up in your man cave. You can say, "This is the ball that has the record all time points."
I'm laughing at Coach
for the Bucks franchise history.
Yeah,
I understand.
64 ball.
I ain't saying he should have ran back there, but I understand why he was mad.
All right. Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and Amazon Music. To catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP, just simply search for Sport Press Podcast. J-Ho.
Yes, sir.
And Weezy.
What it do?
Do you guys have a yellow box of Cheerios recipient for our list?
This week's award recipient is J-Ho's quarterback, David Carr.
Wow.
You put David Carr on my chest. That's crazy, gang. That's crazy. Yes, NFL Network analyst David Carr, not to be confused with Derek Carr, his little brother, is catching heat for a take that the Philadelphia Eagles should bench Jalen Hurts. Carr said, and I quote, Marcus Mariota would probably be better at playing quarterback right now and be more productive because Hurts' limitations are very limited as he deals with his current knee injury. Now, this caught the attention of former NFL fullback Vontae Leach, who wrote on social media that Carr used to forget the plays when they were teammates on the Houston Texans. During his final year with the Texans, Carr had more interceptions, 12, than touchdowns, 11, in 16 starts. This is the thing. I'm all about slander towards Jalen Hurts because I think, indeed, he is cosplaying as Shamar Moore as the quarterback one for the Philadelphia Eagles. But you can't say stuff like Marcus Mariota is a better quarterback at any point, one knee injury or whatever the case may be. Shut up. You're bozo, David Carr. You're bozo. Relax. You wish you had the actual career that Jalen Hurts has had so far.
Yeah, it's just the thing. When you go on Twitter or your network and you talk, they're going to bring your receipts up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to bring your receipts up.
They tried to go with Cam because of what he
tried
said.
to get Jeff, too.
Jeff staying tall.
But at least Cam got an MVP, though.
Yeah, Jeff don't run.
That's it. That's all Cam got.
Nah,
That's enough, though.
Now, when Cam was playing his prime, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Indeed. He was the. He was he was numero uno. No, that my ass.
The MVP
it was Cam Newton was the best. If you was playing fantasy football, the quarterback that you were taking was Cam Newton.
The MVP year.
The year after that, the year before that, it was Cam Newton. Okay. Anyway.
We didn't like Cam.
We know what he.
It's been well documented on this show.
Come on, very well documented. Just my guy, just period ago, he hit me. He said my take is very similar to what Weezy does with black quarterbacks. He hit me in my DMs and told me that. So.
Who told who that?
He lied.
He said that. I can show you the shit.
Who did? Who said this?
Just period go.
Oh, okay.
On IG.
No, IG.
Yeah.
He said, you know what I'm saying, your takes on black quarterbacks.
Tell him holler at me. I got a Twitter too. Tell him holler at me.
Instagram.
I got IG too.
Yeah.
He probably follows you. He's a good guy.
Yeah, shout out to the guys. Yeah. Shout out to my guys, FSP guys, man. What's up, guys? You guys ready to get started the first half?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Got merch on. FullSportPressPodcast.com. Get your merch, get your hats, get your hoodies, get your t-shirts, get your long sleeve tees. We got you covered, man. We got you covered. More stuff on the way. Always tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that we are out.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Jeff, what can they find you on social media, my brother?
You can't do that, bro. That's not your steez, bro. That's not what you do,
Jeff, what can they find you on social media, my brother?
You're not a real stepper like that.
Ooh,
I missed. You know what I'm saying?
I missed out.
What happened?
Jay, I did too, Coach. It's Jay Easter 84 across all social media platforms.
Coach back, baby. Where you at?
Nothing has changed, man. It's Locke_the_great. That's THA. Get at me.
Yeah.
I'm FSP_ Weezy on IG, and I'm at Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
Mm-hmm. Holla at you.
Please.
You, my dog.
Now on to the next segment.
All right. It is playoff time in the Full Sport Press.
Playing with me, Coach. You hear me?
Here you go, Wiz. In the Full Sport Press Fantasy Football League. Shout out to CMC you later at 12-2. Got a loss last week. Don't really matter, but that's his first loss in a while. That number 1 seed, he gets a bye this week. And one time for Hair Jordan at 11-3. One time for AB, he gets a bye as well. Let's get to the matchups. Guess who did make the playoffs, cameraman? This guy didn't make the playoffs at all. Got to win to end the season off, but did not make the playoffs. All right, number 4 seed, Bad Draft Charter. One time for PO at 7-7. What against Royale with the Cheese? That's Twin at 7-7 as well. PO is projected to win that one by 7 points. Twin, I ain't never pulled for you to win in my life. But I need you to win this game. I'm so sick of P.O. and his shit every time he wins a game because he thinks I was going against him. But anywho, moving on. Return of the Mac in 95, one time for Reagan. Going against Saquon and them. Coach Wayman said it's the first time he made the playoffs because he pulled up for the draft.
Coach Wayman.
Damn. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Damn.
Sheesh.
Type of business I stand.
Oh, right.
You know I'm a real stepper.
Yes.
Coach Wayman,
Yes.
I'm a dog, but he know why I'm out there.
Yes,
I ain't gonna say
go tell the listeners what happened.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say you on this.
I ain't nothing to talk about.
Go tell the listeners what happened.
Nah, I ain't tripping. Nah,
You
I'm
gotta
gonna
say shit like that. You gotta
Yeah,
say
you gotta put a name on that bullet. What happened?
Nah, I put a name
I'm
on
saying
it.
what happened though.
I lost in Madden.
Yeah.
He make you stand on business.
Nah, I won 35 straight games. I was
He
supposed
did.
to lose one.
He lost.
What?
He lost. But he lost though. Shout out to the Falcons, man.
You got Jeff. Yeah, you.
And that is, I lost in the championship in the Super Bowl. All right,
To who?
To Cam. Shout out to Cam. Cam whooped my ass in the Super Bowl. Shout out to you, Cam.
this year.
Nah, I did.
I won the first one. Ain't nobody ever gonna do it undefeated. Nah, that'd be the last person you get a hand from for that. I was undefeated.
Back to the playoffs.
Super Bowl.
Return of the Mac at 9-5
Yeah.
versus Saquon and them at
Real
7-7.
shit.
He got his ass whooping in.
I ain't get my ass whooped. I lost. I was up 10 points with 3 minutes left.
He walked your ass down.
He ain't walk me down.
Shit.
Return of the Mac is projected to win this one. We'll see how Saquon and them finishes out. That is week 1 of the FSP Fantasy Football League playoffs.
Sean Washington make it?
Nah.
Damn.
P.O. put watch out.
Really?
Yeah,
Because whoever won that game last week made the playoffs.
that's exactly right.
Damn.
Yeah, shout out to P.O. P.O. woke up. He chose violence against me. A lot of people chose violence against me. But I had my hands up, though, this week.
P.O. made the playoffs.
Yeah, he did.
The camera on.
Shout out to you. You got a power ranking to give us, don't you, big dog? Let's do it. Weezy.
Number 7 this week, Joe.
Okay.
New
I
team.
know better be number 1. I know that.
New team.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns are number 7 this week.
You believe in Flacco.
Classic
You
Flacco.
believe in Flacco. All right.
Number 6 this week.
Okay.
They dropped down a little bit. They got beat.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions at number 6.
They holding on, ain't they?
Let me down.
They holding
Barely.
on. They
Let me
holding
down.
on.
Barely. Backup quarterback getting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 5 this week.
Okay.
Big drop.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs, number 5.
They holding on too. Whew.
Number 4 this week.
Math ain't math.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped down again.
Yeah. They holding on.
They should have.
Who dropped down, Coach?
It's Philadelphia.
Eagles.
Philadelphia the Eagles.
Damn right.
They holding on too.
Number 3 this week.
3-3.
Somebody moved up.
10-3.
Dallas Cowboys at number 3 this
They
week.
10-3. Whew. Shout out to Buffalo.
Number 2 this week stayed the same. Baltimore Ravens at number 2.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers.
That's about right. Hey, ain't too bad right there.
Seen the writing on the wall.
Ain't too bad.
Seen the writing on the wall.
Did we not tell you that when you was like, they ain't number 1?
Well, you did lose 3 games prior to that when I was on.
We had our left tackle out, we had our wide receiver 1 out, and we also had.
You right? That's part of it.
And we missing our all-pro safety.
That's part of it.
So many stars on that team. Jesus, that's what I'm talking. That's good general management.
It is good GM.
That's how you do it, bro.
Good GM.
Goodness gracious. Let's move on to how you do it. Move on to some basketball in the NBA.
You do that there.
Okay, Pete.
Come on.
All right. Shout out to Adam Silver. The first in the inaugural in-season NBA tournament has come to the conclusion with the Los Angeles Lakers reigning victorious over the much gamed Indiana Pacers in the championship game on a Saturday night in prime time. Good to see it.
Yep.
With the new courts. All right. In Vegas, $500,000 purse on the line for each player. And the Lakers pulled it off. LeBron was all in, believing this is the big thing with champagne on all the players. He was ready to roll. So with all that being said, starting with you, Coach Locke, how do you feel about the Lakers winning the first in-the-season tournament? Is this a big deal, little deal, or no deal?
I mean, it's a big deal because the first person to do something is always a big deal.
Okay.
So they will always go down in history as the first team to win the inaugural in-season tournament. And I think that's why LeBron took this so seriously, to say he was the first, to have the first. He'll be in the record books as the first. And, of course, with his teammates coming out saying that he promised them to do that, he's the type of guy that he knows those players on the lower end of the roster don't make a lot of money. Yeah. Well, I ain't going to say that. Let me rephrase that. They don't make a lot of money compared to some other people in the NBA. Let me do it like that.
Yeah.
So $500,000 extra for winning that one game on top of the $100,000 they got for winning the quarterfinals and the semifinals, because you got $50,000 for every game that you won up until the championship game. That's $600,000 that they didn't account for. So,
Merry Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and in Cali, they get tax credits.
Yeah,
It's
so
230.
Yeah, they'll get 230. Yeah, it is. So that's why I think LeBron took it so seriously. And if AD plays close to like this all season and in the playoffs, the Lakers would be favorites to win. Because anytime you put up 41 and 20, what else you got to say? That's the AD that people are looking for him to be. Now, he's not going to have 40 and 20 every night. But if he can go close to that at about 25 and 13 every night like that, the Lakers are going to be favorites.
All right, so this is the thing about what I think about this. The game was the most watched non-Christmas regular season game on any network in the last 6 years. They even had a multicast with Kevin Hart, Plastic Cup Boys. Hard to watch, but it's the only thing we could watch living in Tennessee because of the tornado.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to the people.
Prayers to you.
Yes. Godspeed with everybody with that, sure. But for a first-time attempt, it was a success.
Yes.
I think wholeheartedly. But with the Lakers, if I'm a Lakers fan, I'm terrified because that means we peaked in November, December. You get Gabe Vincent back in a couple of weeks. You got to figure out a way to not peak in December because AD might have blown his load, in December. He was playing hard as hell, man. You're going to have to get some pieces.
They were locked in.
I'm hearing DeMar DeRozan. I'm hearing Zach LaVine. Anybody clutch related is coming to
Trey
the
Young,
Los
sit your ass
Angeles-
back. Don't stay where you at. Chill.
Yeah.
Chill, Trey.
So you think?
I think they got to make trades. Just D'Angelo is not working. Rui, not. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but they knew that going into it. He was a trade bait. He was gonna be traded in December, so he's out.
You believed in Russell though.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell, he's better than Jamal Murray still to
The
this
one
day.
thing about
Oh my God.
the one thing about the NCAA tournament, man, that one
He
game,
wild for that.
I don't see too many teams beating them in a one game
Yeah.
with that team. But 7-game series is totally different.
Yeah.
Like, but they started the resting last night because LeBron rested last night. Probably AD's probably gonna rest next game. But he did have 37 back to back on his first time. No, that was Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry, that was Kawhi.
Yeah,
but they'll be
he
fine.
balling though. Yeah,
It was a big deal. You think they should raise a banner?
That was my next question.
Yeah, they got to raise that banner. It's
And
a part of it. It's the first.
Yeah, and they're gonna do it differently though.
Yeah.
You got to take it for this to be taken seriously.
You got to
You
put
got to put a banner.
Yeah, the NBA making them do
Or do
that.
they get rings?
No, they get
I
the
think
cup.
they are gonna get rings though.
They get the cup. I mean,
Yeah.
they give rings for SEC tournaments and all of that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but no.
But the more and more it goes on, it'll get more serious.
Yeah. Soccer don't give out rings.
They get that
Soccer
cup
been
though.
doing it forever.
Championships.
I think they'll get. I think next year it'll be $1 million.
Yeah, it's got to go to
500.
And I think that's why LeBron took it so serious because he is. I'm not saying I can't say he's well versed in soccer. I don't know him, but he does pay attention to soccer for what it seems like. And
he's
been
an owner in Liverpool.
and owner of Liverpool as well. So he understands how it is to have those in-season cups and and championships. Like it means something. So that's dope to see, man.
Yep. All right, before we get started with halftime, let's talk some Major League Baseball. Shohei Ohtani was officially introduced by the Dodgers at a news conference on Thursday. His $700 million 10-year contract, well over what we predicted last week, is the largest ever in MLB history and makes Ohtani the world's highest earning athlete. Ohtani's deal provides that 97% of the money will be deferred without interest and not fully paid until 2023 to do what, cameraman? To avoid the taxes in California. Smart guy. Also, he will not be allowed to terminate his deal if Mark Walter is no longer controlling owner or president of baseball operations Andrew Friedman is no longer with said team. The 29-year-old Ohtani won AL MVP award in 2021 and again last month despite his 2023 season being cut short by injury. Weezy, is anybody worth $700 million?
Yeah, we just seen it. Like you said, he's the modern day Babe Ruth. If Babe Ruth played today, and if he played today in today's game with today's money in today's market, he probably get the same money.
Babe Ruth, he's Dominican.
Yeah.
He's Dominican now.
Yeah, sure.
Or black.
Yeah.
We'll take.
Ohtani, he's well deserving. They said
Yeah.
his jersey's already sold out.
Yeah.
Tickets is doubled.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So they did what they supposed to do, and he saved them because he's only getting $2 million a year now.
$2 million until 2043.
Somebody got to explain that to me. I don't understand that.
It's just deferred in baseball. You can defer payments, just like back in the NBA. What was that used to be called? It was Gilbert Arenas did amnesty.
Keep
So you
getting paid.
you would get one amnesty where you can stretch out the payments for.
So
Baseball has it on some of their big
So
contracts.
he's only going to
still
get
getting
$2 million.
Bobby Bonilla.
He's only got $2 million for 10 years,
$2 million for 10 years. Yeah.
and then after 10 years he get his whole money.
It'd be like it'll be $60 million, then
Yeah.
like a 55.
Yeah,
like
all
a
the way to
45.
2043.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Could y'all wait that long for your money like that?
But you got to realize too, 10 years from now, that money for the actual baseball team, it's gonna be $1.4 billion deals, dog. That money ain't gonna be the same. Just like Bobby Bonilla when he did it, he signed a 10-year, $38 million contract.
Yeah.
That sounds like chump change now compared to what
crazy.
this guy's doing. But it was crazy in 1987. Yeah.
When he finished getting paid, but the good thing about it for the Dodgers is it's not like you said, Jay. It's not accrued interest.
No.
Right? He just gets his lump sum of money.
Yeah.
And they get to Ohtani, like you said, get to avoid those taxes in L.A.
And also, you still get to go re-sign Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Yeah, you need to get to a couple of your pitching, your bullpen together. Yeah,
This was already a World Series contending team.
Yeah.
And now you just got, like Big said, Babe Ruth.
That's a long time waiting on that money.
Yeah,
But you got a guy
he'll be all right. He gonna put you. Listen, his family is his family's on there. You ain't got to worry
everybody's
about
fine.
it.
We talked about this. I had different. You and I, we had
Yeah.
different stances on this.
Yeah.
I felt like he needed to get out of Anaheim to get to a bigger LA market,
Yeah.
which is why he chose the Dodgers. And this is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Because they can make a move like this.
I didn't think he was gonna do that. I was thinking he was gonna go to a place like Toronto, where he's the biggest star in the world there. But
He prioritized money and winning, not just
Yeah.
winning.
yeah, what you got, Coach?
I mean, you see the words in my mouth. I was gonna say he took the money, but made the deal like this because he wants to win.
Yeah,
So now he can take this $2 million. They can go get another superstar if they want.
They can.
to, because they only gave him $2 million on the books technically.
Mm-hmm.
So with him getting paid like that, it's just gonna make the Dodgers have room to become even better.
Yeah.
Adding him and then adding another major player.
yeah.
I mean,
Shout out to Mookie Betts, man.
Yeah,
So
and that's what they were saying. Like they said, Juan Soto, if he would have known that they were going to defer his payment, he wouldn't have went to the Yankees. He would have went to the Dodgers.
that'd be nuts.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear what the Chicago Cubs offered him?
Same thing.
No, it was more than that.
No, they offered him 8 years,
Mhm.
600,
Mm-hmm.
but 100 in the first year. He turned that down.
And he wanted to go to San Francisco as well,
But
but
he
he
was
was
staying in California.
yeah, he was worried about San Francisco's crisis that they're having right now with
Yeah.
homeless people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, his deal includes a full no trade clause, guys, which is something that really doesn't happen in baseball. a premium hotel suite on road trips.
Yeah, you gotta get all that.
Luxury suite,
Yeah,
or
nitpick
2
on that.
luxury suites for home games, and a full-time interpreter. I wish I knew the Ohtani's language because that would be a good gig.
It's a good gig to have right there.
That's a good gig.
Yeah.
But after his second Tommy John surgery with Weezy mentioned last week, he won't pitch until 2025.
Yeah.
So, it's just the thing, you're getting him for his bat right now, but you pay $700 million, which I mentioned last week. I was thinking $450, $500 is just for Juan Soto. But what if you're getting Juan Soto and you're getting Clayton Kershaw?
Yeah.
That's what you pay $700 million for. So he was underpaid, actually.
And you pay that for selling out regular season games.
I do. Like we said, highest jersey sales on Fanatics in the first 48 hours. He outsold Messi.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You don't outsell Messi and nothing.
Yeah. So that shows it right there.
But and like Weezy mentioned, you saying you don't know if you want to wait for that money that much. His endorsements is gonna get him paid a lot still.
Yeah, New Balance athlete. Yeah.
So he's fine.
He ain't tripping on that.
Yeah, you gonna get $2 million in yourself. Endorsements, he probably $6, $7, $8 million a year.
Nah, he get more than that. Now in China, they say he makes $15 million
Just
overseas.
off China, just off the
Yeah,
What's for them?
it's the Yao Ming effect.
Just it's
Just
just like
selling
LeBron has
jerseys
Gatorade, and LeBron also has Buick, and
he may have.
and
he
all
may
of
be
that.
doing advertisements over in China for different companies.
New Balance is
come over
7,
here.
8 million. Yeah, nah, for sure. It just equals up.
That's what happened when Yao Ming. His
Global
jersey
game,
outsold everybody when he
Yeah.
was like in NBA like that.
Yeah, he's straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Amazon Music. Yeah. Hey, if you got Amazon Prime,
Hell yes, there too.
make sure you do all that, all right? And when these ads start showing, ads are free if you got Amazon Prime or Amazon Music. Make sure you check that out. All right, to get on the full archive of past episodes of FSP, just simply search Full Sports Press Podcast. Halftime. Was I supposed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Halftime. It is my top 7 NBA power rankings. Let's get it, Weezy. All right, number 7. Got an new entry to the list. Now remember, guys, I'm gonna make sure everybody remembers this. This is a week-to-week revolving list. Okay? This is not the best teams in the NBA cumulative. That was only one time. That was last week. That is.
Chef, you ain't got to explain yourself.
Oh, no.
Say your list.
No. People don't listen, Weez. People don't listen. They want to fight me. They want to leave comments.
I know why I
wanna
don't fight you.
No, I can fight.
Just represent
That
South.
has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it. Because it represents South Bay. They want to fight. Oh, my God. That was a good one. All right, let's get started. Our League Pass legend of the week, the Brooklyn Nets. 13-10 record as of recording. Fun young team to watch. Got rid of all their stars last year and playing as a team. This reminds me of that Brooklyn Nets playoff team with D'Angelo Russell, Karis LeVert, and of kids, guys of that nature that made it to the 8th seed and made it to the playoffs that 1 year in the East. They're going to look just like that again this year. All right, number 7. At 10-3, since Russ moved to the bench, the LA Clippers. On a 5-game winning streak, Kawhi's playing back-to-backs, 37 and 36, I believe, in those 2 games. As of recording, they're on a 5-game winning streak, like I said. So the LA Clippers are at number 7. Number 6, winners of 4 of the last 5, the Oklahoma City Thunder. SGA, again, there is a high possibility, Coach Locke, that our MVP and our Rookie of the Year are on the same team.
Rookie of the year.
Chet, our MVP, SGA.
Nah,
It is a very high probability that could happen.
yeah,
this
I
year.
mean, SGA top 3 for sure.
Exactly. So, mark my words, that could happen. Number 5, winners of 4 or 5, the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is unstoppable. Let's just go put it out there. He's unstoppable. 35, 37, and 64. 64 in his last 3 games. Dame Lillard's got to come around a little bit. The shots kind of, it is what it is.
Stop. Come on.
Gotta stop giving who credit. Dame Lillard?
Go ahead. My bad.
But the Bucks are winning games. They're figuring it out. This is early in the season still. Got more than halfway to go. Shout out to the Bucks. Number 4, our MVP of last year, Joel Embiid in the Philadelphia 76ers. 50, 38, 34, and 41 in his last 4 games. Cooking. Not to mention the emergence of Terrence Maxey, Tobias Harris. I talked about this last week, playing like Clippers, Tobias Harris with Doc Rivers. They are going to be the formidable matchup in the East. Had a great week this week. Number 3, Minnesota Timberwolves, winners of 6 of their last 7. And there was a little dinged up. All right, no worries. Rudy Gobert still saving the world out there, and you got Cat Thomas, who's doing his thing, shooting all the threes he wants to shoot, and he's living his best life on the 3-point line. So shout out to the Timberwolves pulling it together with that young roster minus Gobert. Number two, the Celtics. Winners of 5 of the last 6. Got a big matchup this weekend, though. They play, as of recording, they're going to play Orlando Magic twice this week. Jay and I both are high on the Orlando Magic this year. It's going to be a good measuring stick game for them, the young Magic, and a good way to keep the Celtics interested in this regular season. So the Celtics are number 2. Number 1, Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron took his sabbatical to go see Bronny play and make his debut this week. Took 2 games off after winning the in-season tournament. No worries. Lakers are winners of 5 of their last 6. And hey, man, say what you want to say about AD. We talked about it. Weezy mentioned it. Coach Locke mentioned it earlier in the show. Anthony Davis is playing like a man out there. He and Wemby. It was fun to watch the other night. It was fun to watch those 2 guys go at it. Big pause. But this week, the Los Angeles Lakers are number 1 team on our power rankings.
I disagree with that, but
that's cool.
How, Jay?
No, I'm just saying that's your list. It's your list.
What was your number 1 team this week?
Not them.
And that's all right. Yeah. You guys ready for the second half?
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Sport Press.
J-Ho. Check us out each and every Monday. The Revolution will be podcasted. Revolution will be podcasted. Second half 2023 sports year in review show. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Cameraman, some of the biggest sports stories in the world involved athletes and teams for on and off the field reasons. As 2023 comes to an end, here's a look back at the 7 biggest sports moments of the calendar year. First things first, we'll start with number 7. We're reviewing the champs from the year, starting off with Georgia football. Weezy, grade their championship run A through F.
Their championship run's an A.
Okay.
Back-to-back championships.
Yeah.
On the verge. I can't look at you right now, Jeff. On the verge of winning. On the verge of winning 3 championships. They ain't lost a game. This is their first time losing a game in the whole calendar year. You gotta. What Kirby Smart's doing with that team, with the transfer portal, and keeping the deep. Not even he doesn't have 5-star quarterbacks, and keeping that defensive line and keeping them in games that's a pretty big deal.
Gotcha, Jeff.
All right, now Weezy is correct. This is an A. Winning that many games in a row, dominating in the championship against TCU. It was fun to watch, man. But, again, with Stetson Bennett at QB.
Man, right.
The legend, Stetson Bennett.
Legend a couple of games. He took a sabbatical from the Rams.
He said it was a health issue. They didn't go into what it was, though. Or just an issue.
Just an issue, yeah.
I don't put that on him like that. So, yeah.
Godspeed to Stetson Bennett.
Absolutely. Back-to-back, you got undefeated 2 years in a row, I believe. Was that correct? Yeah. So, yeah.
Back-to-back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hey.
Lethal Weapon. Danny Glover.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah. What you got?
Okay. I went A as well for all the reasons y'all spoke on. I mean, you go 15-0 college football and dominate the championship game like they did, and go right into 2023, even though this from 2024 season, I guess you could say. Yeah. It didn't end like they wanted it to, but
hell of a run.
Yeah, only 1 loss.
Yeah.
So it's an A.
Yeah, I piggyback on all of that. A+, standing ovation for Georgia football, even though it's one of my hated rivals. They're about to get Trevor Etienne. I hate him, but to win 2 rings without a real QB, and on top of that, an even worse QB going into this season, the SEC didn't miss a playoff throughout this entire thing for 8 straight seasons, thanks to Georgia and Alabama. So one of the best runs in college football history with minimal offense. Clap for the Georgia football team.
You remember when they won their first championship?
Mm-hmm.
The first one, they said, they lost 7 starters on defense.
Yeah,
they
so retooled right back.
They did it again. Lost,
they got 5 more starters.
And then they lost 4 or 5 last year.
Yeah, for sure.
It went right back.
Yeah. Move right along to the Kansas City Chiefs. Weezy, grade their championship run, A through F.
I give it a B.
Yeah.
I give it a B. Well, the only thing with Patrick Mahomes in his championship run is so magical. He's always coming from behind. Every time Super Bowl, he's never had to lead. It's always a fourth quarter comeback, and he's never. The one thing about him is that his run is so good. He's never played on the road.
It's gonna change this year.
He's never played on the road. It's probably if he makes the playoffs, it's gonna change this year. But always coming back. Always finding that 13 seconds against Buffalo.
Whoa, brother. That's wrong here, brother. We got to talk about that. That ain't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah, rest in peace, Frank Wycheck, too.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Frank Wycheck. You bringing the Music City Miracle too, nigga? Like that's what we doing. That's what we doing. That's what we doing right now. Like, that's what we do.
That's part of the Super Bowl run, though, Jeff.
You talking about last Super Bowl only?
We're talking about 2023. That was
That was
funny
2
though.
years ago, Weez.
That was last year.
No, that 13 seconds was 2 years ago, bro. That was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Super Bowl was.
That was last year.
No, it was not, big dog.
It's all good. Look, COVID.
Let's go over.
You gotta say I got.
Nah, I'm just saying, we just got to wipe a little bit of that COVID. That's it. What you got, Jeff?
I give this an A.
That's all I'm here for.
I give that run by Kansas City an A. You got to think about coming into the season, you lose Tyreek Hill by trade because you couldn't pay him. Is you have to exercise that Joe Burrow demon that he had on his back the entire time. He was able to surpass that. Again, not playing on the road, and then you playing in our lifetime one of the best Super Bowls we've seen in our lifetime, and you're able to win there on the last second drive. So to me, it's an A for everything they went through that year to get to the Super Bowl.
Coach,
I agree. It's an A. That to me, this team was more dominant than the team that won a previous Super Bowl because this team went 14-3.
heard you.
That previous team didn't go 14-3 throughout the year. And the only reason I think they barely won a Super Bowl was because Mahomes was playing on one leg with that ankle injury.
True.
If he's 100%, I don't think that game is as close as it was. So I give this team an A also.
Okay. I roll with a B+. Great run. It was Kelsey on Kelsey love. Can't, replicate that any other way. But you can tell they're missing key guys on both sides of the ball this year. That once impossible team to stop on third downs, they haven't scored a point in the second half for 3 consecutive games, guys. So it's one of those things that their franchise, like Weezy mentioned, haven't really worked enough to address the wide receiver position since Tyreek Hill is gone. Despite everything, they're still in the running. I think they'll be a tough out any way that they go, but expectations should be tempered down a little bit considering the fact that they are missing a lot of guys on the offensive side of the ball, and they're expecting Marquez Valdez-Scantling to catch balls that are wide open. He's not going to do that. Moving on to college basketball, we start things off with UConn's men's basketball team. Weezy, grade their championship run, A through F.
I mean, I give it an A, maybe a B, because nobody expected them to win it.
1,000%.
Yeah, that was a year that North Carolina should have been there. Nobody expected them to win it.
How old is North Carolina?
I'm just
Relax, man. Just chill, man. Just chill.
Goodness gracious. I'm sorry.
well, yeah, but their championship should be a B. Then Coach Bobby Hurley, he's a flat-out coach. He's an old-school basketball coach. He didn't really go in the portal.
Yeah.
He didn't really go in the portal. He groomed the team. That's an old-school basketball coach.
Yeah. Shows that approach still works. We all like to splash at the transfer portal and stuff like that, one and done. They had a really good team in UConn.
Mm-hmm.
My motto, stay low, keep firing. They were like that all year. Showed up when it was tournament time. So I give them a B+.
Coach.
I give them a B. Like Weezy mentioned, nobody expected them to win that championship, and they really were not dominant in their conference. They finished 4th in the Big East. Mm-hmm. Had an overall record of 31-8. Of course, they had to win those 6 games to win the whole thing. So they're really going into the NCAA tournament. They were 25-8. They went 13-7 in conference play. Yeah. So they wasn't a real dominant team, but they got it done because they got rolling at the right time. So I gave them a B.
Yeah, I'm rolling with an A for this team. No, but like Weezy mentioned, nobody picked those guys to win. It's hard to go back to back though if you're looking at this year. But they have a formula. They just outscore teams in college basketball now. Dan Hurley, man, he's he's coaching himself into an even bigger gig. I think he's more of an NBA guy, but that's a whole nother conversation. He lost 3 players to the NBA, and he's going to lose 3 more this year, at least first-round guys. It's insane what he has going on at UConn. They have a real chance, I think, of winning it all again this year.
Me too.
What about LSU's women basketball, Weezy? Grade their run.
I think that run is probably better than the men's run.
Okay.
We get sidetracked from the off the court things with the girls and NIL and how much money they getting and how they celebrating, but that coach right there is a monster. She's a monster. Kim. She's a monster at LSU. And then she did the opposite of what UConn. She built her team through the transfer portal.
It still is.
It still is. Yeah. So I give her an A.
This is an A+ for me. This is probably one of the best all around sports stories that you're going to see, because you saw a breakthrough in ratings, and engagement. That's what I was trying to think about earlier, guys. Engagement and just overall just experience of women's college basketball increased across the board. So I understand we talk about just the championship run, but just knowing that how many people were invested in that Final Four.
All encompassed,
Oh, my God, man. Yeah. And you can only hope. And you're seeing that it's building up now this year in the regular season.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you got, Coach?
I give it an A as well. This team was dominant all year.
Yep.
They only lost 2 games all year. One was to South Carolina, who many predicted to win the national tournament because they were number 1 all year. And then they lost to Tennessee in the SEC semifinals of the tournament. But then once they got into the tournament, they just dominated the tournament, dominated the championship game, beating Iowa by 17 points.
Yep.
You don't see a lot of championship games on a national stage like that won by that many points.
Gotcha.
So for them to dominate like that, I gave them an A.
Yeah, I'm rolling with A+ like Weezy. They're loaded still to this day. I mean, their strength of schedule very weak, and that's what kind of put them in a 3 spot last year, where they had to go against so many formidable foes in the tournament last year. But the Tigers just really can't win that SEC tournament, considering the fact that UT and South Carolina as of late has dominated. They haven't won an SEC championship in 16 seasons. So they got smacked in the conference championship last year, guys, by 24 points. So it is a difference of playing formidable opponents every year. It'll be tough to do a back-to-back. Haven't happened since Breonna Stewart, UConn in 2013 through 2017. The best women's basketball player in college history. She won 4 straight, guys. Breonna Stewart. It's not even close. Yeah.
One more thing about this. If they win it again this year, the portal can be dangerous for them.
They're capitalizing off of it.
Yeah, and they will be the new Texas when it comes to money. Like
when it comes to women's college basketball and money,
the money's in LSU.
Yeah. But and Coach can attest to this. This was all about winning a title in April. It's about getting hot in March. If you get hot in March, a little bit of February, and that's what happened with LSU's women's basketball, and the way that they elevated that game throughout the entire summer all the way into the new year.
Because
it's cool to watch.
We're supposed to be saying this about South Carolina.
It is. Yeah, for sure. They had for sure. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Moving right along to the NBA, the Denver Nuggets, you got to grade their championship run, Weezy, A through F.
When you do, I don't want to give them an A, but you gotta. I mean, you gotta give them an A because in the NBA.
Man, you talking me into that?
No, well, here's the thing. I was on the fence, but when you dominate the best league at the highest level NBA, the whole season, and you stay healthy and you dominate, and you can't give him. I mean, you cannot give him. You got the back to back MVP on your team. He's every night, in and every night, 28 points or something like that, 20 points a game. You got to give him an A.
Yep, Jeff.
Other than Kendrick Perkins making it weird for everybody, so he didn't get the third MVP. You look at a team that swept the conference championship. Dominated the final. This was an A. Like, this is a healthy Denver team is going to be difficult for anybody to beat. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be back to back this year, but the fact that they were healthy throughout the playoffs, they beat the teams that were in front of them. Say what you will about how easy it was, or things like that, but they beat the teams in front of them. They beat them handily. It was never in question. You got to take your head out to them.
Coach,
I gave him a B. For the just simple fact, the regular season record, they went 53 and 29. But like Jeff mentioned, they were dominant in the playoffs. They only lost 4 games throughout the entire playoffs, and 1 came in the finals. So that's dominance when you're in the championship game, winning the series 4-1. So I gave the Nuggets a B.
Yeah, I gave them a B as well. The thing is, with a lot of stuff, you got to keep your stars healthy. Ultimately, the Denver Nuggets will only go as far as Nikola Jokic. Jamal Murray will take them. Mm-hmm. You have Julian Strawther stepping up. You also have Peyton Watson stepping up. You lose Bruce Brown. That was a major piece and a cog of how good that team looked during that impressive playoff run. They need somebody to step up and do what Bruce Brown did for that team. They won't make a trade, so they have to do it with what they have, and I hope Peyton Watson or Julian Strawther can do that. Moving on to the Las Vegas Aces. Grade their championship run, Weezy, A through F.
Dominant. I give him an A. Anytime you back to back in something at the highest level, you got to give them an A. Yeah. That they went through tribulations. They went through tribulations. They got injured late in the season. Candace Parker didn't play. They still won.
Then in the in a deciding game, you lose
Game
2
3.
starters.
Exactly.
Kia Stokes, and you also lose
Chelsea
Chelsea Gray. Yeah.
So anytime you lose 2 key starters, after you're supposed to have a souped up team, and you lose them, and you still win back to back, that's dominant.
Got you. Jeff.
So yeah, back to back. There was the time when I came in here and I was serious, and it still stood. Like I didn't think they was gonna lose a game.
Man, for sure.
They were favorites and everything, and they looked like they were. You know, now of course injuries happen, attrition happens.
If CP doesn't get hurt, they don't lose a game.
I don't see how they lose a game.
Yeah.
That just don't as constructed. Now the Liberty, the Liberty were a great team, where they were also considered another super team. But for them to beat the Liberty in the finals in dominating fashion, even with those injuries, says you know how good of a team this is. It's constructed, well coached.
Yeah.
Just shout out to Alicia Clark, hometown. Like this is great, man.
Yeah. Coach.
Yeah, I give it an A2, man. 34-6 in the regular season.
It's crazy.
The teams they lost to was the same team that they lost to in the finals. That one game that they lost, the New York Liberty, because like Jeff mentioned, they were just as good and had Brianna Stewart, who you talked about, on that team. But when Chelsea Gray got hurt, like Jeff mentioned, 615, Alicia Clark stepped up huge. She was 6th Woman of the Year already, but she showed the veteran leadership and the capabilities that she has stepping up and helping them win that game after they had lost game 3 to the Liberty due to the injury. So a lot of people counted them out because they'd already lost those 2 starters. Yeah. So everybody was like, oh, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull this off now. Yeah. And they did what they did supposed to do. Had they play a step up, and they repeated as champs.
Went crazy. Yeah. You guys went through everything. A+ as well. I think they had the most dominant run of any of the champions that we mentioned so far. That core 4 of Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum are all under contract next year. They had $500,000 in cap space to sign whoever the hell they want to. Probably some of that will go back to CP for one more run. I think they have a really good chance of actually pulling off a 4P, not necessarily a 3P, but a 4P. Yeah,
you got this year.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Because I think they'll sneak in and get somebody like Jonquel Jones, or steal somebody like just one more person like that instead.
What do you call that, Jeff? Because that's past super duper.
Yeah, I don't even know. We got to wait for it to happen, because I ain't got it right now.
And the thing is, what Jeff mentioned, Becky Hammond, they asked the entire WNBA, and the most highest rated coach was Becky Hammond. Yeah. Everybody wants to play for. It's hard to run away from that. They have all the facilities.
That's it too.
And Mark Davis just steps back and let the ladies that run the Las Vegas Aces do the job. So shout out to Mark Davis for sure.
That's why you got championship caliber squad.
Yeah, just because of that. Yeah. And last but not least, the Texas Rangers of Major League Baseball. We didn't talk about no soccer. I'm hot about that. Grade the championship run A through F, Weezy.
Texas Rangers was nowhere. They weren't supposed to be there. They weren't supposed to be there at all. That was actually, as a friend of mine, my homeboy's team, Mr. Jackson. He loved Texas Rangers.
That's Mr. Jack.
Friend of the show.
Definitely friend of the show.
For sure.
Long time friend of the show.
Yeah.
Damn, cameraman.
See how you got to go there?
Yeah.
Keep going, Weez. Focus, big dog. You got it. You got it. You got it. Okay.
Goodness gracious.
Focus, big dog.
But anyways, the Texas Rangers, man, they had one of the best lineups in the league this year. They had one of the best lineups in the league. At one point, they was not going to make the playoffs. They had to make it. They had to get in the play-in game to win the playoffs.
Play-in game is funny.
And they never lost a home game. Yeah. They never lost a home game, and they hit bombs. They hit bombs.
Bombs on Baghdad.
Bombs on Baghdad. Jeffrey.
All right, so me in baseball, we like this, but no. All jokes aside, no. Yeah, I'm just big cap, huge cap, Capadonna. But anyway, no, like we just said, man, this team. They were not the favorites coming in. Of course, majority Braves fans in this room, a couple of Yankee fans sprinkled in here every so often. But no, all jokes aside, the Rangers snuck in, hit the long ball. Everybody loves the long ball.
They do. Chicks do.
Chicks definitely love the long ball. Yeah.
They do.
They do.
They do. That was a T-shirt. I had a T-shirt as a youth. Had a T-shirt as a youth. Yeah. Huh?
They say
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, coach. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he does. I don't know, man. The Rangers, I don't know what. You got to give them a B. I do, because it all came late.
Yeah, late run.
It was a late run. It's not nothing that was expected. They were never dominant throughout the year. Mm-hmm. But it's like any other sport. If you get hot at the right time, the sky's the limit. And that's what happened. They got hot at the right time. The back started working, and here we are. win a World Series.
Yeah. Texas, man, I give them a B-, a year ahead of schedule. No team has ran back-to-back in a very long time, 98 to 2000 with my New York Yankees and Derek Jeter. Number two, Derek Jeter.
Speaking of baseball, real quick.
Wow.
Oh, you wasn't done, my bad.
Absolutely not.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Seriously.
Go ahead.
Do your thing, Doc.
Nah, you already stopped me now.
Well, speaking of baseball, we gotta. Dust Bacon needs 30 for 30. He needs 30 for 30.
Yeah, Dust Baker was on crack, wasn't it? Was that Ron Washington?
That was
Ron Washington.
Crack on Dusty, dog.
He did be Kansas.
Yeah, he can't be
30 for
crack.
30.
Right C, dog. Wrong word.
Because he won a championship.
He stopped me to talk about this.
Go ahead, dude.
Yeah, for sure. But this is the thing. They got to get that bullpen in order, guys. That's priority number one. They missed out on Ohtani. They didn't have a big enough market to get him. Beyond the young players, they got a solid core, young pieces. Not favorites, but a solid group. Moving on to number 6. We have Victor Wembanyama takes his talent to the NBA. The question since day one was, can Victor Wembanyama deliver on what would be ridiculous expectations for anyone else in NBA history? Weezy, discuss Victor Wembanyama's first year so far in the NBA.
Man, as a rookie coming in with the hype, I give him a B. Okay. But he's not. We can see he's not fragile. He's withstanding the. Everybody say, oh, he's too little. He ain't been hurt yet. That's not going wood.
Man,
and he's been playing well.
Yeah,
he's been playing well. So I ain't got no knock on Wemby right now.
Okay. Sure.
The only negative I have about Victor, or Tricky Vic is what I like to call him, is that if you don't have league pass, you're gonna have to watch him lose a lot of games this year.
Yeah.
Because of the hype and because of the rightfully so hype because of the way
they play them on. They got to start flexing them. Oh, I'm tired of watching.
With this win streak, with this losing streak they got, that's up there. It's not close to those Pistons. Shout out to AB. Goodness gracious, those Pistons. They didn't win in November at all, bro.
Yeah, it's bad.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're going to have to watch him lose a lot of games this year.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching him fight through some things. We're also watching his Spurs teammates realize the cameras are on them, and they're shooting a lot of balls they shouldn't be shooting.
Yeah.
Like, we're not here for you guys. We're here to see Tricky Vicky.
Yeah.
I understand you guys got a paycheck to earn, too.
They do.
But get the ball to the guy we're here to see. But as far as his hype and what he's been taking his talents at the NBA, it's amazing, man. He's fun. We have not seen. It's one of those times you hear that's an overused statement in sports, but we literally have not seen this before.
Yeah,
and it's fun to watch.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Coach,
he's living up to the hype right now. Like Weezy mentioned, hope he doesn't get injured. He showed me something in the other game the other night where he rolled his ankle completely, and was regular, like it didn't even happen.
I was out for 2 games watching that.
Yeah, I was like, I can't. I was like, oh, that's not gonna be good.
2 months,
and he just came running back like nothing had happened. Almost like a damn deer. Yeah. So he's living up to the hype.
Yeah.
And I mean, even though he's losing a lot of games, it's hard for him to dominate the game because he doesn't have the ball in his hands. It's not like he's a 2 guard or where the ball is running through him all the time. He'll be fine. They just have to get him a little help, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the worst we'll see of Victor Wembanyama. He has a draft class that's, let's just be real, remarkably short on names. It's already elite defensively. I think he's top 3, top 4 for a defensive player of the year as a rookie. So just not as efficient as we thought. But the reason he's not efficient because he's getting grenades, like Jeff's mentioned, second shot clock stuff. He has to work with short time. So you got Jeremy Sochan playing point guard. That's when I knew they weren't going to win games. Where's Trey Jones? Like, why don't you have him? He's been a point guard his entire life. No, you want to run point guard with a 6'7" power forward. No, that's ridiculous. And that's why their win total is set at 29.5, and they'll go way beyond that. It'll be close to 22. But they aren't building anything as far as like win now. It's long term with him. And I think it's a long way to go, but I think he's going in the right direction. You got one more? What's up?
No, I think with Wemby we're gonna see a lot.
Say this when you said
that. Cause I want to interrupt you. I want to interrupt.
You should have said it when you had it. We kicked
it. It came back to me. It came back to me. It came back to me. But I think with Wemby we're gonna see a lot of early LeBron years with Wemby when a lot of free agents want to go play with him. We might see like a Larry Hughes and the Ricky Davis days and all them boys when they want to. We're gonna see a lot of that. I don't know if it's gonna be good for him.
Yeah.
Because that team sucks.
Bad
but
team.
It ain't bad.
It's a
yeah,
bad team.
but we're gonna see that.
Move right along to the curious case of Zion Williamson off the court. Zion Williamson has played in 114 games in 4 years as an average of 28.5 per season. As a result, every mention of Zion's generational talent now comes with a conjunction with concerns about his off-court decisions and, more importantly, his health and fitness. Weezy, how do you feel about the future of Zion Williamson?
Zion, let me holler at you for a second.
All right.
Let me holler at you. I feel you because I'm a fast food guy, Zion. I watched the Burger King commercial like, damn, it look good. I'm a fast food guy. I see the hot sign on at the donut spot, and I gotta go get it. But you can't do that, bro. You got to chill. Because I could just go to work every morning. You got to go out there and play, dog. And they're going to take it away from you. You got to chill, dog. I know Captain D's is good. I know Chick-fil-A still good. I know them French fries at McDonald's, when they hot, they fire. But you got to chill, bro.
Go.
That's good stuff.
You got to chill.
I agree. What you got, Joe?
All right. I'll make this short and sweet. Everything Everything Weezy said is true. Also, just make better choices in your company that you keep.
That's it.
That's the main thing. It's the company that you keep. I'm not going into details.
Nah, that's it.
Yeah, just the company that you keep.
Off them Hims pills.
Yeah, guys, stay off them pills.
Off that Bluetooth.
Stay off them gas station pills, big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop living out your fantasies, with you know what I'm saying. Just it was rough watching them against the Lakers in the
Man, you could tell he kicked it.
Yeah,
he didn't run full speed.
Because you watching him like, oh, he tired.
He's tired.
10 minutes left in the first.
I knew when you came in and was mad at Zion. I said, "Oh, okay, he see it. He finally." I've been telling you that for.
I saw that game. Now, mind you, he bounced back with 36 points the next night.
Yeah, because he had a break and he wasn't off the Hims pills in Vegas.
Oh my God.
He was in Vegas. He had 3 days off.
The butter red.
Yeah, going crazy. Wasn't nothing left.
The butter red to the buffet.
Wasn't nothing left.
Yeah, wasn't nothing left. Boy was dehydrated.
But you sending your baby tiger, man.
Hey, this is Zion.
Hey man, Zion, listen. You got to get out of New Orleans, dog.
Nah, it's food good. Food good everywhere, coach.
They gonna find the food. We gonna get the
He needs to go to Utah.
But what I'm saying is, food is good everywhere. But when people mention food, New Orleans.
Yeah, it is.
You got to get out of New Orleans.
Zatarain.
Nah.
That's too good. They say the boy eat the table.
You got to get out of. I understand you dropped the McDonald's and the Captain D's, but that ain't what he eating.
No,
he eat red beans and rice.
Yeah,
and
he the fried catfish and all that. He got to get out of Zion. I mean, you got to get out of New Orleans, dog. You got to, man. And you got to get somebody that can tell you can't eat that, dog.
That's it.
You can't eat
across
that,
the
man.
board. You can't eat that, dog.
Come on,
across the board.
Whichever one you want. You can't eat that.
I'm gonna pick me a po' boy this week.
I bet you are.
Come on, crib.
Yeah, I know.
Po' boy gonna be fighting.
I know.
Fried.
Yeah, I already know. I bet.
No air fry in the grease.
Why you look like it? That way they see you.
Come on.
Right. All right, my turn. Okay. So you are the max player, Zion. You are the future of USA basketball, Zion. You're the most important pick in the franchise's history. He just has to play up to the expectations. There's a lot of people depending on you. The Pelicans put a lot into you. Trey Murphy gets in there. He looks just as good as what you're doing. I'm being honest. I'm telling you, it doesn't really affect him in games because, let's just be real, he still weirdly has that explosiveness. It's just the second jump he doesn't have anymore. That's the thing that's missing. Career lows this year, several stats, but he's been exposed for his major weakness right now. If you can't have that second jump or burst of explosion, you got to be able to shoot. Yeah. Brogdon was playing him from the paint. Yeah. They was making him shoot. And if you don't have that generational talent that you had prior to, you got to get a second act. When Mike lost the explosion, he turned into a mid-range shooter. Kobe you got to figure out a jump shot. That's the way to elevate Zion into the next level. It's just too early for that already.
It's too early. It's too early to have that conversation. Yeah. We should not be having.
Right. That's crazy.
Have to have that conversation.
You're supposed to be living on the rim still.
Yeah. Still. Crazy bounce right there.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Moving right along to Lionel Messi joining the MLS. His impact was felt off the pitch and on the pitch, where he picked up where he left off in a storied career that began in Barcelona and passed through Paris before landing with Inter Miami in August. Weezy, talk about Lionel Messi's run with the MLS.
This was a This is a huge deal for me. This one probably the biggest deal on the list.
Okay.
Financially for the whole city of Miami. That team, who that owner knew exactly what they was doing. They gave him all that money, and he did exactly what he's supposed to do. It was a quick turnaround, quick profit.
Yep.
ROI.
Yeah, quick ROI.
Huge.
They won the in-season tournament.
Yes, they did.
Which that's all they wanted to do.
Facts.
They were selling out tickets everywhere.
Yep.
You couldn't buy a ticket nowhere in the United States.
$30 tickets turned into $175.
Number one jersey sales.
Yeah.
Of course, Messi got his cut. He owns part of the team now.
Yeah.
Heard he got a huge house in Miami.
Yeah.
But that was a quick ROI. They didn't want to win the whole thing. They just wanted to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah. Jeff.
I'll just speak on the Nashville game.
Yeah.
The fact that Nashville was so into a soccer game, people had no idea what the cup was they were playing for. They didn't understand that, hey, this isn't. There are people think, oh, the season's over. Nah, bro, this is like middle of the season. They got a whole other half of the season. Go like, what? They didn't understand that.
Right.
Nashville, this is the first time, no disrespect to the Predators or the Titans, first time that we've seen a Nashville team play for a championship in a long time.
Yeah.
So just to see Messi bring that type of atmosphere to the city, you couldn't get a ticket.
Yeah.
Prime time, playing into the wee hours of the morning,
and won the game.
And locked in. It was good.
Yeah. And Nashville's good.
Yeah, MLS. Yeah.
Nashville's good.
Yeah, we got a good squad.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it's a storybook ending, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't write it no better than how it happened. You bring him over here, he changes everything for your organization, and he wins the chip, like you mentioned. It can't be a better story written for it. It's one of the biggest deals in MLS.
Yeah, I mean, it's an epic year. If you look at their putting out a release on December the 20th for their schedule. So that never happened in MLS. Yeah. It's a huge deal now. The league's first year of a 10-year, $2.5 billion media rights deal with Apple just coincides with the start of Messi coming to MLS. That was they knew what they were doing with that. Yeah. But now you got to work into luring more stars there. And you can't get Neymar because Neymar tore his ACL and his MCL, so he's out until 2024-ish. Yeah. So you got to settle for Antoine Griezmann, who plays for Atletico Madrid. He's a really good player too. Not Neymar. Yeah, not for sure.
That's the young. Really. What's the real?
Nah. That's Mbappe.
That's Mbappe. I know Mbappe.
No, not Mbappe. He's a Caucasian.
You talking about Holland that plays for Manchester City? It's a bunch of young guys. Real
blonde.
We're not getting no young guys. Griezmann is 35.
The number the money ain't there yet.
We ain't gonna get the young guys. But I'm saying a guy like Griezmann would be good. Neymar would be really good because he's had so much appeal in the States.
Not Garcia Paul. What's Neymar?
Neymar's first name is I forgot his first name, but he goes by Neymar. It's just Neymar.
I got you.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the third event. It's more eyes on women's basketball with Brittany Griner and LSU's women's basketball team. The women's tournament continue the momentum we've seen around women's sports as they had record viewership and cultural buzz. Weezy, do you want you got a dog in this fight?
All right.
Kick things off.
I kind of covered this a little bit. We talked about championship runs, but if you really think about this, we watched the world tune into that women's college basketball Final Four for whatever reason you chose.
Yeah,
like
sure.
it was some weird reasons some people were watching, some great reasons why you watched. But no matter what, you were entertained. You got some great basketball. Mm-hmm. WNBA, same thing. You tuned in because you wanted to. You saw two super teams go at it, and you saw one ring triumphant. The Brittany Griner situation, a lot of weirdos was watching that for some different reasons as well. They want her to come home, but she's home. So, to me, these were some of the most women's basketball players delivered with all those eyes were on them, and that's the best thing about it because you're not gonna be able to retain everybody, but the people who you caught, you inspired some young ladies who may have been on the fence about hooping or who wanted to feel like you had a reason to stay in America and play basketball, and you now have it.
College women's basketball was really, really brought to light different this year because you had people honestly saying they thought the women's NCAA tournament was more exciting than the men's NCAA tournament.
It's been like that the last 2 years too.
And the star power is what made it.
That's it.
You have your Caitlin Clarks. You had your Angel Reese's. Yep. You have what's the
Paige Becker's coming back.
But
Stanford.
No. I just
South Carolina
name. No, the other girl that plays with Angel Reese.
Oh, Flage.
You had her. And then Louisville, they had their run
Haley
with
Van Lith,
who has now gone to LSU.
Right.
So the transfer portal is not only going crazy for men, it's going crazy for the women the same way. Yeah. And it's just bringing the attention that women's basketball has not been getting lately until up on these last few years, deservingly so, because there's talent. They're like Caitlin Clark is a walking bucket. No matter who she plays against, she's gonna always make an exciting game and make you want to watch. And then of course, it was great to see Brittany Griner finally come home. That was just crazy. The whole situation how they went down. But women's basketball is becoming more and more acceptable in households.
I think it's in the best place we've seen in our lifetime. You got young stars like everybody mentioned, Paige and Angel Reese and things like that. But then you have a girl at USC who's better than all of them. She's a freshman. Yeah, so with Juju Watkins, man, she has to stay 3 years. And that's tough. That's going to be tough. But she might test the waters, especially considering the fact that she's a Rich Paul client already.
You better believe it, Jay.
Man, she's – I think –
Better believe it, Jay.
Yeah, no, for sure. So if you look at how things are going, man, the WNBA has to capitalize off this sooner rather than later because people are saying that they stop even paying attention to some of these girls. If you look at the young lady that played for South Carolina, the one Rookie of the Year plays for the Indiana Fever now. Yeah, we stopped paying attention to her. So we have to – usually in certain situations when Christian Laettner and Shaquille O'Neal and all of those guys came from college to the NBA, we just start paying attention to the NBA. I think we have to figure out a way to get the WNBA just as in touch. And I get it. It's only 2 or 3 months in the summer. And that's the reason why it's not as a big deal that we miss out on some of the WNBA talent. But
Leah Boston, I want to give her a credit.
Yeah, Leah Boston. That's exactly who it is. Yeah, but there's just 12 teams. That's 144 players. You got to figure out a way to expand that. You have to sooner rather than later. Yeah. And they got to seize the moment. Yeah. Just entirely too much talent. And number 2, Weezy, we'll kick things off with you with this one. It's college football realignment. In just a couple of months, college football, as we know it, will change forever. The Pac-12 has lost a lot. The Big 12 lost a lot. Yeah, the SEC and the Big Ten are instances of the rich getting richer, adding bigger names from all of the Power 5 conferences. Let's talk about college football's realignment.
I think it's good for college football. Yeah. College football is turning into is almost like college basketball with the parity so spread out. Everybody's good. Everybody's fast. You don't have to be the big Derrick Henry running back no more that plays for Alabama just to play the SEC. Florida International might have one of those. Everybody has a speed guy. Everybody has a quarterback or the offense suited to their quarterback to make a run in their conference. The 12 teams is a lot, but you have to do it that way to make it fair. 4 is just not enough. 4 is just not enough.
Yeah,
4 is enough.
Yeah,
2 is enough. But here's what I think. To me, with college football, I make this quick. We're 5 years away. It's going to be 2 major conferences. Big Ten and SEC that's how it's going to be. And they're going to be split up in those 2, and that's where the national champion will come from. The rest of the schools that are still ACCs, other conferences, Conference USAs, things like that, will go to a more playoff-based tournament, 32-team type of thing, like 16-team type of thing, like high school.
Like the FCS.
Yeah, like the FCS. They'll go to a situation like that because the other 2 will completely separate from the NCAA. It would just be college football championship. Big Ten, SEC, 1 representative from both. It'll be just like the NFL in 5 years. They'll be completely separate from the NCAA. That's the goal.
Okay. Coach?
I want to talk about it from a different perspective. You know, all these teams are moving across. Your Oregons are going to the Big Ten. It's completely across the country. Yeah. But what people are not talking about and realizing is how this is going to affect the other sports in those schools.
1,000%.
You have your tennis teams, your golf teams. They're going to have to be flying from California all the way to
the Midwest.
Yes, to play a match. Yeah. And it's not like football where they only play on Saturday, they go back. With different sports like volleyball, softball, they play weekend games. So they'll play on a Friday and a Saturday or Tuesday or Wednesday. So that money is going to go crazy as far as the travel for these different sports. Now, these schools can afford it, but it's going to affect your other smaller conferences like the Americans, the Conference USAs, who don't have the multi-billion-dollar budgets that these SECs or Power 5 schools have. So that's when you're going to get into situations where, as a parent of your student athlete playing at Oregon, you're not going to be able to travel to all these games because they're going to be going completely across the country all the time now.
Yeah.
So that's the negative of the college football realignment that I see.
Yeah, I mean, just look at it. Like a team like the ACC, with a conference like the SEC, I mean, the ACC is Cal, SMU, and Stanford joining. Dude, Cal has to fly all the way to Florida State.
Makes no sense.
To play
across the country.
That's nuts. That's nuts, man. And, so that's why the ACC has to make a splash. If not, they're going to lose a team like FSU to the Big Ten. San Diego State has to figure out a way to get into the Pac-12 because they're thinking about losing and we're moving from the Mountain West. Everybody will be a casualty of war. No, but Pac-12 still got teams, bro. It's
got
teams.
five. It's like 5
Yeah.
teams.
No, that's what I'm saying, but it won't be called a Pac-12 no more.
No,
They
but
done.
but what I'm saying is they're trying to merge with the Mountain West, and that will now be the Pac-12. That's which is insane. But if FSU goes, and I'm just literally talking about the ACC because you're looking at Cal having to go to Florida State to play a volleyball game. Where do they play that game at?
But that kind of speaks to what I'm not to stick on this too long. That's why it speaks to what I was saying about eventually it'll just be those two, and everybody else will go back to another side of normal, right?
Yeah.
Because you won't. There's no way you can keep that up. It's just not feasible. Economical.
Yeah. And last but not least, it's Coach Prime taking over college football. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, has turned Colorado into must-see TV. Pro Football Hall of Famer, inherited a one-win team and completely turned over the roster in one offseason. Ended up going 4-8 in his first year as the head guy at Colorado. Weezy, what's next for Coach Prime in Colorado football?
What's next for him? he got to go to a bowl game next year.
Yeah,
he got to go to a bowl game.
Should have went this year.
Yeah, he should have went this year. He dropped the wrong game. But here's the thing: what he did from February last year, when he got signed to Colorado, the whole college football, everybody watched him the whole offseason. Mm-hmm. YouTube, everything was all about Colorado football all the way until the start of the season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even when they was losing, you still watched them. The whole world was talking about him. So he did his job. The only thing he didn't do, he got these other teams play real football too. he had a hard schedule this year.
He had a very hard schedule.
He played against Oregon, USC. He had a hard schedule this year.
Very hard schedule.
But he got to win some more games. He got to stay healthy, and he's doing it. Yeah. From what I've seen,
got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. I think one thing to me, and I mean this with the utmost respect, we saw as the season unfolded that this is a fairly new coach.
Yeah.
Right? Because people bought into the thought of primetime being on the sidelines and loving Deion and things like that. But then you saw some of those decisions. You saw how some of the how the season went on. You saw a coach that was still trying to figure out how to be a coach at that level.
Yeah, and we saw that with Mike Norvell his first year. We saw it with Billy Napier his first year in big games. Yeah, it's hard. It's easier coaching at Louisiana Lafayette, Memphis.
Yeah.
Jackson State. But those are big decisions that you see in front of. He did the same thing when he was at Jackson State, or Mike Norvell did it at Memphis. So in turn, we got to give him grace for that first year.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
That's his first year.
But he's I hope that those same people that were calling them the African Americans, the Black Americans team and all that, I hope they give him the grace that he deserves, because that type of hype can turn on you real quick.
And it did.
Yeah.
And it did.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
and it will continue.
That's what I'm saying. It'll start to get visceral at one point.
Come on, man.
They just changed from not paying attention to why is he still there?
Yeah.
I can't believe we liked him.
Yeah.
All stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about.
What you got, Coach?
I think he's on the right track. He's going to be fine. Watching the games, the blaring or glaring hole for them was the trenches.
Yep.
At the end of the day, the skill positions, everything, they were fine, and he's addressed that. He got the number one offensive lineman in his class to commit to Colorado.
Yep.
So you're seeing he's already getting those things squared away. He got a transfer, another offensive lineman.
Go ahead.
That he has coming in, and that's what's separated them from everybody else. The offensive line, the defensive line. So, and it happens. Even though you had all those people in the transfer portal, he didn't really get a lot of linemen in that transfer portal that first year. But now he's addressing that.
That kid that we're talking about, the number one, he's still taking visits though.
Yeah, he is.
So he's committed. Yeah, he's still going to.
He going there. The money gonna be good.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Let's not count him yet.
Yeah, he'll be there. Even without that kid, they have the number one ranked team as far as the transfer portal as we record this podcast, and 5 of those guys are offensive linemen. So an obvious emphasis, like Coach mentioned, is because Shedeur was the most sacked quarterback in the Power 5, and they had the worst rushing game in all the Power 5. So in turn, you got to make sure that you can't turn over the roster again, because half the guys that he brought there were transfers. They can't transfer again because they have to sit out a year. So either you get rid of said guys and put them in a bad spot, and you don't want to do that because there's going to be a lot of backlash, like Jeff mentioned about that. So moving on to the Big 12, you got to figure out your footing in the Big 12. It's going to be another rough year for them. I predict another rough year at the start of next year again, one more time. But Coach Prime standing out there said they'll make the college football playoffs next year. That's a big. I would say just focus on winning.
Just get a
or
bowl.
getting to a bowl game.
6 wins.
Yeah.
Because
it's a big jump.
I understand real quick. And because I know you mentioned you feel like they have skilled players. I don't think they have enough skilled players.
Yeah, well, I don't either. But
I thought it was great that Travis Hunter played both sides of the ball. I don't want him to do that anymore, though.
no.
I really don't want him to have to, because he played every freaking snap.
Yeah,
That ain't cool.
He was tired.
Yeah.
He was tired. It looked and it showed late in the
It's late in the
He was
season.
tired.
Yeah. And that is our recap of 2023 in sports stories. Let us know if we missed out on anything you guys want us to talk about as we hand out our FSPs next week. That's always fun. Dubious award of FSPs. We got to get a cool little trophy. Work on that. But out of those stories, I really do think Coach Prime is the biggest story of all of those. Wouldn't you say? Maybe the worldwide is Lionel Messi, but
Yeah, it's messy.
yeah, worldwide. But
It is
in the
Victor.
United States, it was Coach Prime. He was everywhere, dog. He was on Good Morning America. He was on
Those first 4 weeks.
yeah.
What's
He
most
was on the-
underrated out of all these?
Most underrated,
Out of all of these,
probably women's basketball.
I think
dog.
the Las Vegas Aces.
I think the women's basketball. Period. Man, what Juju Watkins is doing right now,
hey man, she a bucket.
I haven't seen a freshman like
She'll
this
walking
since
bucket.
Maya Moore.
She a walking bucket.
She's so confident.
Ooh.
Like I ain't never seen nothing like it. She can play in the
She's been here before.
She been here before. Yeah. Now, tweet us questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. And more importantly, give it to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
And tell a friend.
Weezy,
Everything paid for, big baby.
Coach,
Get a drummer song.
Jeff,
Camera's always on, brother.
Cameraman, The Revolution will be podcasted. We are out.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, please check out the YouTube page and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
The Revolution will be podcasted.